Prosecutors are trying to prove to a judge that there is enough evidence to bring this case to trial. NBC4's Brittany Hope has been at the courthouse all week covering these proceedings. So, Brittany, you're there right now live with legal analyst Royal Oakes.
I am. Good morning, Royal. Thank you so much for waking up with us. The big question is, we have heard so much testimony and seen disturbing evidence, but do you think it is enough to bring this to a jury trial?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we're going to hear from the medical examiner today. We're going to hear more gruesome testimony, but even based on what we've seen now, and when you've got the victim's body in your car, when you've got her DNA at your house, and when you have your credit card account ordering the burn bag, the cadaver bag, and also the chainsaws, this clearly is enough to force him to go to trial.
So with that, and you just look at discourse online, the public is paying so much attention to this, and we have so much evidence. There is so much. Yesterday, a lot of forensic evidence that it really seemed to link David to this. What could the defense do? How could they say, hey, actually, this isn't your guy?
Well, they've tipped their hand already to a degree. What they're doing is chipping away and saying, hey, you obviously thought you had your man, but you excluded any other avenues of investigation. You figured David was guilty, but you didn't swab the car for DNA. You didn't swab the handles on the chainsaws for DNA. You just were focusing on him. And so they're trying to create some reasonable doubt. And the other thing is, a little visual aid might help. The Saudi defense. Some other dude did it. That may be where the defense is headed, because their attitude would be, who could be so incredibly stupid as to kill somebody, chop them up, and put them in your own car and let the car sit so that it will be towed away and found, and then you toss her passport by the side of the road in Santa Barbara? It's almost, the defense might say, like, nobody would be this stupid. Somebody else must have done it, not David.
So possibly the Saudi defense in that.
That's what they may be looking at. And, of course, we'll know more in the rest of the preliminary hearing. And between now and the trial, there'll be more disclosures by the defense.
Right. And District Attorney Nathan Hochman, he said on day one of this thing on Tuesday, he said essentially this is just the beginning of the Pandora's box of evidence they say they have. Let's say the judge says, yes, let's bring this forward to a jury trial. What would that timeline be? When could we actually see this happen?
Great question, because this is a super fast timeline we've been on. Right. The defense normally would say, hey, capital punishment? How about a year from now? We want to get our act together. Instead, Blair Burke, the aggressive lawyer for Burke, she said, let's get it on. We want the preliminary hearing in 3 months. And so this is very early. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a trial before the end of the year.
Wow. That's incredibly quick. We shall see. Royal, thank you so much. Royal's going to be with us again on our streaming show coming up at 7 a.m. But we want to remind you that NBC Investigates Eric Leonard has been inside the courtroom gathering details. So look for his report starting at 3 o'clock today. Back to you.
Brittany, thank you.